Since this video looks at how you can influence another person, let's go back to considering the word influence. What does it mean? This usually means that you manage to get another person to do what you need, although most likely he wasn't going to do this before, but you influenced him and he changed his mind. The words manipulate and force are close in meaning. The peculiarity of the word influence is that it implies only verbal influence on the interlocutor. It cannot be used when it comes to the application of physical influences. The result of the impact is the independent performance of any actions by a person. The most popular way to influence another person is emotional manipulation, and the most common of them is manipulation through fear. What happens when two dogs, two tigers, or two moose collide? They growl at each other, or they wave their horns, or do something else just as terrible. Why are they doing this? The answer is simple: to scare the enemy and make him do something he doesn't want to do. What are two men doing when they can't share something? The answer is simple again. They threaten each other with gestures, words, and intonation. That is, they force the second person to admit that he is weaker and must retreat. This is when they are approximately equal in strength. But what if you perform alone, and the second person is a representative of something big and formidable? For example, he is a representative of a criminal group, or even a representative of God. Do you have the courage to stand up to him, or even him, when the force of which he is a part can potentially stand up for him?
If you recognize power in someone, you'll be afraid of it, and you'll do what it takes.
Are there any other popular mechanisms of emotional manipulation?
The next popular mechanism of emotional manipulation is to make a person guilty. Then he himself will quickly run and do what we need. Here, he doesn't even need to be scared or forced. He will do everything himself.
Think of a child who doesn't want to go to school. He hasn't the slightest chance to scare his parents with his anger. Therefore, he uses a different manipulation technique. He gets sick, and thereby instantly makes his parents guilty. They feel guilty because they believe that they're responsible for the health of the child, and then he got sick. They perform their duties poorly. It is their own fault. Now they'll run themselves and do what the child wants. He influences them, controls them, although with some costs in the form of temperature, runny nose, and etc.
what else? How else is influence exercised on us in modern society? Another mechanism of influence is excommunication from certain benefits that a person would like to receive. This also includes the threats to deprive something of what a person already has but may lose. The method of deprivation of benefits is used very often and at various levels. Parents deprive a child of sweets for poor grades. The boss deprives the employee of part of the payment if he doesn't work well enough. However, if you think about the consequences, you are unlikely to use this primitive technique, because the person you influenced by limiting his needs clearly reached emotionally to this manipulation. That is, a negative energy charge was created in his body, charged against you. Repeat your manipulation several times and you are guaranteed to get an active enemy who dreams of taking revenge on you.